Welcome to video 3 of our Special Education Reporting Series. In this series overview, we'll discuss the importance of enrollment data and review how to allocate shared costs to your special education programs. By the end, you'll understand conceptual reasons behind collecting accurate enrollment figures and choosing equitable cost allocation methods. Why enrollment matters. Reported enrollment data directly affects your reimbursement rates and the validity of your special education reporting submission. If your reported enrollment doesn't match the Illinois State Board of Education's records or contains errors, your cost calculations might be questioned or reduced. Accurate enrollment data ensures a smooth review process and a fair distribution of costs. For enrollment data, you'll be reporting information covering different time periods. Let's first focus on fiscal year 2022 through 2023, running from July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023. For fiscal year 2022 through 2023, you'll report three key metrics. Number 1, days counted towards pupil attendance. This includes all operational days, such as partial days for school improvement or full days set aside for parent-teacher conferences. Number 2, student FTE days of enrollment. This represents the total number of days students were enrolled in your program. Number 3, student FTE days provided. This measures the actual days students attended the program. These distinctions help the Illinois State Board of Education clearly understand potential attendance versus actual attendance. Now that we've covered required enrollment data for fiscal year 2022 and 2023, let's look ahead to what you'll need to report for fiscal year 2024 and 2025. For regular term, you'll verify that days program operated aligns with the calendar submitted to the pupil school calendar system. If there is a discrepancy, you'll need to explain why. For summer term, simply indicate whether your facility or program will operate during summer of 2025. If it will, you'll also report the number of days it is scheduled to run. These details help the Illinois State Board of Education track program operations and ensure accurate reporting across both regular and summer terms. Cost allocation concepts. Once you've gathered your enrollment data, some expenses may need to be shared across programs. These could include district-wide costs or shared building expenses that aren't solely for special education. To ensure fair reporting, you'll need to allocate these costs using a reasonable method. The Special Education Reporting Manual suggests approaches like per student counts, square footage, or another fair measure that best reflects how resources are used. Now let's look at some examples of cost allocation in action. For utilities, like electricity, water, costs can be allocated based on total building enrollment. This is referred to as the per pupil method. Using this method, you would divide the total cost by the number of students in the building, then multiply the number of special education students to determine their fair share. Another common method is square footage. For building-wide costs such as maintenance, rent, or security, square footage method is recommended. This method is especially useful when multiple special education programs share the same building. For example, if one program uses 40% of the building space, then 40% of applicable costs, like maintenance or lease expenses, should be assigned to that program. The Special Education Reporting Manual emphasizes that districts and cooperatives can choose the most appropriate method, but it should result in equitable cost distribution and be supported by documentation. The goal is to ensure that no program is overcharged or underfunded, while maintaining compliance with reporting standards. Common mistakes to avoid. Some common mistakes to avoid include confusing days provided with days of enrollment and failing to document why you chose a specific allocation method. These errors can cause issues during the Illinois State Board of Education's review, potentially leading to audits or even reduced reimbursements. Keeping accurate records and using clear, justifiable allocation methods will help ensure a smooth approval process. That wraps up this section. In video 4, we'll walk you through the special education template, showing you exactly how to enter enrollment data and apply cost allocations step by step. Before moving on, take a moment to double check your district's attendance records to make sure your data aligns with the definitions we just covered. If you have any questions, please reach out anytime at isbeserquestions@mgt.us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next demo.